Itchy, bitchy, sleepy, sweaty, bloated, forgetful, and all dried up. Perimenopausal women, 35 to 50, deplete in first usually is progesterone, and so they're estrogen dominant. That's why they get sort of full busted and full armed, and the abdomen it gets kind of, I don't know, I used to look at myself in the Inquirer and they'd say, her suit looks snug. And I'd think, great, I feel like crap, and now the Inquirer is saying that my suit's too tight on me. But it was all that estrogen. And so if a woman's depleted of progesterone, which is usually what we run out of first, now she has no protection against cancer, and we get our cancers generally in perimenopause, which is when I got it. If I go back, my tumor started growing around age 40. They didn't find it to 50, but probably wouldn't have happened if it was just short-term progesterone replacement, and I wouldn't have been so miserable to live with. The women who went on natural bioidentical hormones, which is what I write about, had a 41% decrease rate of breast cancer. And there are tons of studies on this. All I know is I'm enjoying aging because of it. I sleep 8 hours without drugs. I don't take a single pharmaceutical drug. I'm upbeat and happy almost all the time. People have this misconception that you can get on the other side of menopause. You can't. It never. Once you start losing hormones, the machine never revs up again. You now have to do the alchemy to put yourself back together perfectly, because the healthiest women on the planet are the ones who can reproduce because they have perfectly balanced hormones. Interesting.
How do you know which ones to use? Because people hear about all these nightmare, synthetic drugs, and how do you know which route to go then?
I do a whole section on synthetic drugs and why they are dangerous. Women who went on bioidentical hormone replacement, which is what I'm writing about here, natural hormones, biologically identical to the human hormone, had a 41% decrease risk of breast cancer. So there's never been a recorded case of anybody dying or getting cancer on bioidentical hormones, yet the synthetic hormones, which is a $2 billion a year business, it's happening all the time. And I look at doctors and I think, okay, you didn't learn it in medical school, but look at the data. There's something is wrong here.
And these are huge sample surveys. It's not just thousands, it's hundreds of thousands.
And the back of the book, I just decided, because everybody tries to shoot holes in this, I just said, okay, look at all these studies of the efficacy of natural hormones. Look at all the studies on the dangers of synthetics. So it's all in there. So I always think, why is this controversial? Well, it's controversial because natural hormones are cheaper. They're not a drug. They can't be patented. They come from nature. They're made in a compounding pharmacy.